Welcome to Forbidden Texts. What you are about to see may shock you. It may surprise you, but will definitely challenge everything you thought you knew. Stick around until the end to discover the forbidden knowledge that they don't want you to have.
Everything you thought was real, your identity, your beliefs, even your emotions, might not be what they seem. Imagine waking up one day and feeling like the world around you has shifted. Conversations feel hollow. The things you used to love don't make sense anymore. And worst of all, you can't explain it to anyone. It's like you're seeing behind the curtain of reality, and what's staring back at you is both terrifying and liberating. Welcome to Forbidden Texts, where we explore ancient knowledge and forgotten wisdom. What you're feeling isn't insanity. It's the first step of spiritual awakening. And once it starts, there's no turning back. You'll question everything. You'll feel like you're losing your mind. But if you push through, you'll find something deeper than you ever imagined. Something beyond the illusions of this world. But why does it happen? And why does it feel so intense? Spiritual awakening doesn't arrive gently. It rips apart your old self, dismantling the beliefs you clung to. It exposes the cracks in reality, leaving you to wonder, was I ever truly awake before this? By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand what's happening to you, but you'll see the world in a way that most people never will. And that changes everything. It always starts with a trigger. Some people wake up suddenly, like being thrown into the deep end of an ocean they never knew existed. Others slip into it slowly, like a creeping realization that something about this world has never quite added up. But no matter how it happens, one thing is certain: you can't unsee it. Maybe it was a traumatic event that shattered your sense of reality. A breakup so deep it cracked the foundation of who you thought you were. A loss that forced you to confront the impermanence of everything. Or maybe nothing happened at all. Just a quiet shift. A whisper in your mind that asked, is this really all there is? And then the signs start. You notice things you've never noticed before. The world feels off. Time moves differently. Coincidences that are too perfect to be random keep appearing. You hear words in a song that feel like they were meant just for you. A stranger says something that hits you like lightning. It's like the universe is speaking to you, and for the first time, you're listening. But here's the thing. The moment you start waking up is the moment the world around you stops making sense. What used to feel normal now feels artificial. Conversations feel scripted. Social expectations seem ridiculous. You see through the illusions, but no one else around you does. It's isolating. It's disorienting. And it's just the beginning. Because what comes next, that's the part no one warned you about. And then it happens. The moment everything, and then it happens. The moment everything, and then it happens. At first, it feels like confusion, like standing in a familiar room, but suddenly nothing is in the right place. Your old beliefs, they don't fit anymore. The person you thought you were, a stranger. The world, just a construct held together by ideas you never even questioned, until now. This is where the ego begins to break. And let's be clear, the ego isn't just arrogance or pride. It's everything you've built your identity around. Your name, your memories, your attachments, your fears. This is what makes you you. But spiritual awakening, it doesn't care about you. It tears through everything that isn't real. And it's terrifying because once the ego starts dissolving, you start feeling empty. Like the person you were is dying, but there's no new version of you to take its place. You try to hold on to the old self, but it slips through your fingers like smoke. This is what they call the dark night of the soul. The phase where you feel lost, disconnected, maybe even hopeless.
A quick message. This space has become something truly special for many of us. A community of people on a shared journey of spiritual growth, healing, and awakening. Your comments and stories inspire me every day, and it's clear there's so much more we can create together, especially since this path can feel lonely at times. That's why we've created a spiritual space on Patreon, a sanctuary for deeper connection, exclusive content, and meaningful conversations with others from this channel who share your journey. Together, we can build something uplifting, authentic, and spiritually powerful. If this resonates with you and you'd like to be part of something bigger, whatever you're going through, you'll find the link in the description or pinned in the comments. Your membership not only helps support the channel, but also helps grow this beautiful community. Let's create something amazing together.
Nothing makes sense anymore. What used to bring you joy feels meaningless. The people around you don't seem to understand you. And the worst part, you start questioning everything. Who am I? Why am I here? What even is reality? But here's the paradox. This breakdown, it's necessary. Because what feels like losing yourself is actually finding something deeper. Something beyond the ego. And once you pass through this phase, reality itself starts to shift in ways you never imagined. Then the symptoms start. And they're impossible to ignore. You wake up in the middle of the night, not knowing why, but feeling different. Time moves strangely. Some days feel like they last forever, while others vanish in an instant. You start seeing repeating numbers everywhere. 11, 11, 3, 33, 4, 44. They show up on clocks, receipts, license plates. At first, it seems like a coincidence. But after the 100th time, you know something is happening. And then there's the sensitivity. You can feel energy, really feel it. People's emotions hit you like waves. Crowded spaces feel overwhelming, like everyone's thoughts and fears are pressing against you. Certain songs or movies that never affected you before suddenly bring you to tears. It's like your emotional volume just got turned up to the max. But the biggest shift, reality itself stops feeling real. You start questioning things you've always taken for granted. Why do we live like this? Why does society follow these rules? Who decided this was normal? The world begins to feel like a construct, a game, a stage where everyone is playing a part without realizing it. And you're standing outside the script, watching it all unfold. And then there's the dreams. They get vivid. Sometimes they feel more real than waking life. You see places you've never been. Meet people you've never known, but somehow recognized. Sometimes you wake up with a strange sense of knowing, like something important was just revealed to you, but you can't quite remember what. It's unsettling. It's exhilarating. And it's only getting stronger. Because once you start seeing through the illusion, you can't go back. You won't go back. But as the old world falls away, one question remains: what's on the other side of this awakening? And this is where the emotional roller coaster begins. One moment, you feel an overwhelming sense of peace, like you've tapped into something bigger than yourself. Colors seem brighter. Music feels deeper. It's as if the entire universe is vibrating in harmony with you. You feel light, free, untouchable. Then, without warning, it flips. Doubt creeps in. The weight of everything you're leaving behind, your old beliefs, your old self, maybe even your old relationships, hits you like a tidal wave. You feel lost again, unsure of what's real and what isn't. There's grief in awakening, because you're not just gaining something, you're losing something too. And that's the part no one talks about. You start realizing that the things you used to enjoy, the gossip, the drama, the mindless distractions, They don't satisfy you anymore. You try to go back to fit in, to laugh at the same jokes and engage in the same conversations, but it feels hollow. You feel like an outsider in your own life. And then there's the loneliness. You see the world differently now, but the people around you, they don't. You try to explain, to share what you're experiencing, but they just look at you like you're speaking another language. Some of them pull away. Some of them mock you. And some of them, maybe the ones closest to you, don't even recognize you anymore. This is where most people struggle. The temptation to go back, to numb yourself, to pretend none of this is happening. It's strong. But deep down, there's no going back. The version of you that once fit into this world, they're gone. And in their place, something new is emerging. Something ancient. Something powerful. And the more you surrender to it, the clearer the messages become. The voice inside you, the one you've spent your whole life ignoring, gets louder.